Splitgate is fast becoming one of the most popular first-person shooters of 2021. I hope the following tips and tricks help you to become a better player. My first tip is pay attention to your crosshair. It will turn red when you're hovering over an enemy. This is beneficial to know when you're shooting through enemy portals or your own portals. If you didn't know, you can actually change the color of your crosshairs and the graphic of the crosshair in Splitgate's UI settings. I prefer the diamond crosshair like here for the shotgun, but it's really just personal preference. While we're on the topic of settings, another great tip is disable the sprint crosshair. I do prefer having it on my gun. It's just more of a feel thing in my opinion, and it looks better. While we're on the topic of sprinting, if you didn't know, you can have it on auto sprint. Great tip I'd recommend is turn off vibration and disable the blood effect. Rather than seeing the blood spill out of the character, I'm just focusing on the character. I'd go down as well to change your field of view. This one doesn't need much of an explanation. The wider you can see, the more competitive advantage you have. As you can see, as I've put the FOV slider all the way up, I can now see the dummies or the enemies in my field of view, which I couldn't see before. Assuming you've already done the tutorial, you should know how portals work by now, but if you didn't know, you can actually fire a portal in the corner and it'll make a portal as long as there is space. You don't actually have to shoot it in the center. It means you can portal hard to see places far away, which brings us to the next tip is zoom in when portaling far away. Zoom in with your weapon, then portal to hit a tight angle. This is especially beneficial when you want to stay out of your enemy's line of sight, or portal more accurately when the angle is tight. Next tip, shoot through portals. Make some plays. Take advantage of this by shooting through your portal instead of moving all the way through before engaging in a fight. You can use this to hold a power position in the map, whether that's holding an objective or just picking off players. You have to be especially careful though, because the other team will try and shoot you through your portal, especially if they've just watched the kill cam. An advanced tip shooting through portals is what I like to call portal peeking. Now, portal peeking allows you to just barely see through the other side of your portal, and it's effective when you peek on the other side so we aren't as exposed from the enemy's perspective, because they're naturally going to want to shoot back squarely in the middle of the portal. Try and use your crosshairs as much as possible, just like I'm doing here, to prevent you from getting shot through your own portal. Now let's look at enemy portals. If you didn't know, enemy portals pulsate red when an enemy is near it or looking through it. It makes a noise just like this. If you see an enemy portal glowing, shoot it, and you're most likely to get the kill. But keep in mind that you may want to make sure your crosshair is red so you get a more accurate shot. EMP grenades can destroy enemy portals through walls, floors, and objects. You can actually just work on a radius or within a range basis, so keep that in mind. Close your portals. 2 reasons you should close your portals. 1, so enemy players can't follow, and 2, it frees up your team to use them. This is specifically beneficial for ranked play when the map is much smaller and more reliant on portal plays. Now, portal blocking. Place portals to block enemy portals.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I know what you're thinking, Brucey, you just told me to leave room for my teammates, now you're saying use portals to block. That's right, but let me explain. This is blocking for the purpose of blocking enemy portals. You need to learn to expect enemy portal placement. Now, placing a portal block can save yourself from getting flanked or shot in the back. For example, in the map stadium, placing a portal block at the top stops the enemy from spawn killing you right away. Portal blocking is super helpful and more used for objective-based game modes such as King of the Hill and Domination. It's a great defensive trick that every Splitgate player should know. Now, an advanced tip that I will add here, you can actually double portal block with one portal on some portal pads. You just have to line it up directly in the center and it won't allow you or the enemy to get more portals onto that portal pad. Moving on with general game sense tips now. Avoid flying/boosting through the air. It can be a hard habit to break, especially seeing how fun it is to fly through your portal and shoot players, but if there is a portal, that usually is the fastest way to move around the map. You won't see advanced players flying through as much, so just keep that in mind. My next tip is always have an escape route. Unlike other first-person shooter games, when you're getting shot, you do need to engage pretty much straight away and shoot back. But in Splitgate, you can take the fight somewhere else. You can portal away to make sure you're in a better position, or you might be waiting for your team to respawn. When you are portaling away, aim for your portal to be at ground level so you can slip into it much easier so you don't get blocked by your own portal trying to boost up into the portal. Aim for the head. Headshots do way more damage than body shots, and it varies between weapons. Switching weapons is faster than reloading. Switching weapons in Splitgate is very fast, so please, I recommend this strongly if you're going to win those fights and not going to die to that person who has 4 to 1 HP left. Understand the quirks of all the different weapons. Spend some time in some custom games and the practice arena to learn the feel, fire rate, and range of all the weapons. It's time well worth spent. Here are just a handful of little known quirks about some of the weapons. Quick scope with the sniper rifle. When you aim down the sights of the sniper rifle, the bullet size actually increases. When I'm no scoping, I'm not hitting my shots, but when I scope in, the bullet does get the headshot. So make sure you do this when you are using the sniper rifle. Aim to the side with the BFB. Aiming to the side of a player with the BFB will actually allow you to hit them sooner than if you approach them head on. And you can tell the BFB is in range to lunge at the opponent because the bat will start glowing. Momentum increases melee damage. The faster you're going, the more melee damage you will do. Coming out of a portal at speed or dropping at a height can do an instant melee rather than the standard 50 damage it does going toe to toe. Prioritize the power weapons. Many of Splitgate's modes start off with a certain loadout of weapons. So at the beginning of the game, you should prioritize with your team to take the strongest weapons as soon as possible. If you're not in range to see the weapon, zoom in to see if the weapon spawned, as it would have its text above it. If the weapon's not spawned yet or it's been picked up by someone else, it won't have the name above it. So keep that in mind. Improve your map knowledge. Map knowledge in Splitgate is unbelievably important. It's more important than in almost any other game I can think of. You need to learn the different portal spots on each map to travel around faster, and also where the power weapons spawn in. It's a great pressure-free way to explore and learn each map, especially during the race courses. For my final tip, learn to triple portal. Now, triple portaling or triple portals are a technique that is advanced, but it's the fastest way to move around the map. And I'll show you how it works. It may look trippy and may look a bit hard to do at first, but let me tell you, just follow these simple steps and you'll be able to nail triple portaling in no time. Step 1, place down your 2 portals. Step 2, stand inside the portal and move only just far enough to take you to the other side. This is called pixel walking. Step 3, fire another portal. Make sure it's the opposite color from the one you were standing in without moving. Step 4, move back through the portal and repeat the process. If you do get stuck, think of it when you're portaling yellow, purple, or if you're on controller like me, left, right, and so on. Because this technique is the single fastest way to move around in Splitgate, and in many cases it allows you to cross the map without having to move or put your feet on the ground at all. You can even chain together multiple triple portals with enough practice, sidestepping back and forth, and honestly it just looks so cool. To me, this is equivalent of cranking 90s in Fortnite. If you can triple portal, gee, you're going to be a cracked player. Anyway guys, that pretty much wraps things up. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new in today's video. It did take me a long time to put together, so please, if you learned something new today, leave a like on the video, comment, or please consider subscribing if you have not already subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video.